MC. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to our annual celebration of African American History Month. To our principal, Mr. Vanez, assistant principal, Mr. Jones and Mr. Lister, all other administrators, teachers, staff, and students, thank you for joining us today. Every February, America observes a very special occasion called Black History Month. This observance serves as a time to remember and celebrate the many amazing accomplishments of African Americans and their importance to our country's history. Black began in 1926 as Negro History Week, a week of celebration observed in February. In 1976, it was expanded to become Black History Month, and now stands to the many exceptional African Americans who have embraced our country's history. So, with no further ado, let's start the show. Theme: a legacy of strength, a future of hope. It is dirt road our forefathers trode, memories of the life branded in our hearts. It is a place, a state of mind. Black history is a peek into our ancestors' time. It is a piece of fabric our or an old rope that our grandmothers whipped to deplore. It is a slave ship and middle passage overseas. Black history is cotton fields and tobacco leaves. It is plantation overseer and backdoor crumbs. Weeping and wailing, a beating of drums. It is a unapologetic path, Black history to last. It is Mississippi and evil that lingers to reach down. Book or movie, a straight history is the fate of young Emmett Till. Exquisite Ruby Dee, Carter G. Woodson, Holly Jackson song, a Michael routine, phrase, let freedom ring. University, the Tuskegee Airmen, the CP, the Black Coal Academy Music, Master Name, Navy Master and Carl Brown's here. Black history, trumpet without fear. It is Bill drama, Zorky, Hurt, and President Obama. It's every single history. History is the story of you and me.
I once said that every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the passions, and the patience, and the passion to change the world. I was an American abolitionist, humanitarian, and an scout and spy for the United States Army during the Civil War. I was known as the conductor for the Underground Railroad. Who am I? I am Harriet Tubman.
I was a prominent African American, a botanist, chemist, scientist, and inventor. I am best known for the many uses I devised with the peanut. Who am I? Dr. George Washington Carver.
Wow, we can start the show with two very prominent historical figures in African American. Now we'll focus on an event in our history that I'm sure you all aware. It is not only Black history, the seed of drama. When it comes to writing, an edge, her grandmother knew Rosa Parks. It came as no surprise then when Sandra and her friend Jackie were asked to write about an event in Black history. They chose the story of Rosa Parks, refusing to give up her seat to a white man on a bus. Rosa Parks is considered a famed civil rights activist born Rosa Louise McCauley on February 4, 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama. Her refusal to surrender her seat to a white passenger on a public bus in Montgomery, Alabama spurred on a citywide boycott and helped launch nationwide efforts to end segregation of all public facilities.
Who should we do our report on? There are a lot of important historical figures to choose from.
I think we should write about Rosa Parks. My grandma actually knew her, you know?
Get out of here, she did not.
She did too.
Girl, you're lying.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
Then you must be dying because I know you're lying.
I'm not lying. Rosa worked at the same place my grandma did. They were friends.
Are we talking about the Rosa Parks, the one who refused to give up her seat to some outraged white guy?
The one is the same.
But she got arrested, right?
Yeah,
Then why did she do it? Didn't she know she'd go to jail?
probably.
Then why didn't she just sit somewhere else? What was she thinking?
I don't know.
Why didn't the white guy just let him seat? He had to sit there anyway. Couldn't he have sat somewhere else? What's the big deal about Rosa moving? Why didn't she?
I don't know, Jackie.
Maybe we should look it up in our textbook. If we're going to write a report about her, we need to find out as much information as we can.
Why look it up in a dusty old textbook? Well, we've got a first-hand account of it right here. Why don't we ask my grandma? She was a friend of Rose's. I bet she could tell us all about it.
That's a great idea. You think she'd mind?
Let's find out. Grandma, could you come here? We need to ask you something. What is it, Sandra? Jackie and I are writing a book about Rosa Parks. I told her you were a friend of hers a long time ago.
We were wondering if you'd mind telling us what happened on the day Rosa got on that bus.
Well, that was a long time ago, but I can never forget the day Rosa made history. Are you going to tell us? Of course I will. Let me get comfortable.
This is so exciting. Actual eyewitness.
It was a cold day in Alabama. It was December 1st, 1955. Rosa Parks would have been about 3 years old. She had just ended a long shift at the Montgomery Fair department store. While waiting on the bus, Rosa reflects on a long and tiresome day that she had just experienced. Her back and shoulders are aching something fierce, and she just wants to sit down and take a load off of her feet. Finally, the bus arrives. Rosa enters the bus, pays her fare, exits, and he enters at the rear of the bus. Wait a minute. Why did Rosa get off the bus, pay the money, and then get on the bus and go around to the back and get on the bus again? Was she crazy? No, Rosa Parks was not crazy at all. That happens to be the proper custom back then. Black Americans paid their fares up front and then went around to the back of the bus to get on.
Bus.
I need this seat.
No.
I need this seat. Girl, I need you to get out of these seats. Now!
No.
And the rest was history.
I was born in 1862.
And then one
newspaper, comments, author, and important figure in the lives of Black America for the girls of street. I was known as a biology problem. Like all I knew, Dr. Gary Miller.
These are some of my most memorable quotes. A little less complaining and whining, and a little more hard work and manly striving would do us more credit than 1,000 civil rights bills. The cost of liberty is less than the price of repression. To be a poor man is hard, but to be a poor race in a land of dollars is the very bottom of hardships. Who am I? I am W.E.B. Du Bois.
Next, sit back and enjoy the spiritual side of our culture as we express ourselves, the art of dance. Walking down that tire, living life on the merry-go-round. Can't find the fire.
present as an American member as a four-star general in the United States Army. Did 2 tours in Vietnam and served as Secretary of State under President George W. Bush. Who am I? Colin Powell.
I'm a businessman, the big athlete. I played for the Chicago Bulls, the best basketball players ever. Who am I? Michael Jordan.
Now we are ready to take you to the mountaintop. Help me welcome our kinder classes with their junior version of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and a March on Washington.
I have a dream. I'm happy to know with you today and will go down in history as the great demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley will be exalted and every hill and mountain will be made low, and the rough places will be made plain and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of God shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to go to jail, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be for one day. Free at last, free at last. Great God Almighty, we are free at last.
I am an American activist known for being the first black child to desegregate the all-white William Branson Elementary School in Louisiana during the New Orleans school desegregation in 1960. Rogers.
I was a pioneer both civil rights and cardiac surgery. He was planted the first automatic heart defibrillator in a patient. I was instrumental in recruiting minority students from the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, significantly enhancing the institution's diversity. I died on April 11, 2015 from complications of a stroke. Who am I? Dr. Levi Watkins, Jr.
That was amazing. Value has definitely had future leaders in the works. Up next is one of my favorite parts of the show, a tribute to hip-hop. Hip-hop has been a way for our youth to express themselves, talk about current issues, and celebrate our culture. A warm welcome to the Valley West and Steppers and crew.
Get ready. This one is for you. Okay, baby.
I'm born in USA Endeavor. I'm mission STS for becoming the first African space. In addition to my accomplishments, I Civil War when
I am a writer, scientist, as well as inventor. I developed, along with a coalition of electric microphones, an inexpensive compact device that is now used in all contemporary microphones. At present, I have more than 250 patents and have become a professor at Johns Hopkins University. Who am I? James Webb.
Don't judge me for the color of my skin, but the substance I have within. My intellect I possess, and the strength I compose. The root, true fruit, and the words I use. My balance views, and the confusion I diffuse. My peaceful depth of soul that I keep under control. The integrity I display in my humble ways. My image I project with self-respect, the complete work I do, and how I see things through. For there are several elements still I hold, even the hidden qualities I have yet unfold. So don't just judge the color of my skin. From what you see, you do not know me.
You may run me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may drown me in the very birth, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Don't you take it awfully hard, 'cause I walk like I've got oil pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders drooping down like teardrops weeping by my soulful cries. Does my hastiness offend you? Don't you take it awfully hard, 'cause I laugh and I got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may cut me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, deep pink and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
In honor of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., our fourth and fifth grade students participated in a speech writing competition that focuses on the theme. What would Dr. King say about Muhammad Ali? The next young lady is to grace the stage is absolutely stunning always. Ms. Rudolph told me to say that. Not only did she win the competition at the school level, she won a spot to represent Valley West in the Grade annual MLK Junior Oratory Competition. Students and staff, I present to you my fellow classmate, Miss Olu Toby Adieri, performing her 2017 Dr. MLK winning speech.
Hello, America. My name is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and I am an activist for African Americans and civil rights. I was asked by the outstanding Gardner Law Firm to say some words about the late professional boxer and activist, Muhammad Ali. He is said by many to be the greatest professional boxer of all time, and is considered by others to be one of the most influential sports figures of the 20th century. But to understand what I am about to tell you, you must first know and understand his childhood. Muhammad Ali was born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. on January 17, 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky. Cassius understood the extent of racial inequality and segregation at a
young age as he grew up surrounded by it. He was even once denied a drink of water because of the color of his skin. Occurrences like these would ignite the spark that would later turn into a flame of activism and the fight for racial equality. Young Cassius had the heart of an activist growing inside of him. He entered into the world of boxing when he was 12 years old and his bike was stolen. He wanted to learn to fight so he could beat up whoever stole his bike. He never did find his bicycle, but he did find a deep love for boxing. At the 1960 Rome Summer Olympics, the 18-year-old stunned the world and beat the reigning champion. Soon after, Clay found the religion of Islam and completed his transformation from young Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. He said, "I was an ordinary man who worked hard to develop the talent I was given. I believed in myself and I believed in the goodness of others." Both I and Ali understand the importance of standing up for what we believe in. In the 1960s, we both publicly opposed the Vietnam War. Myself by making a speech at a rally, and Ali by refusing to be drafted. Because of his public display, he was stripped of his boxing titles and even convicted to prison time. Although he got the conviction repealed and did not serve time, this incident, coupled with public aggression towards him and a lifetime of racial discrimination, built up an unstoppable anger inside Ali. For a while, he used his boxing opponents as an outlet for his anger, brutally degrading and even insulting them. His antics earned him the informal title, King of Trash Talk. Amazingly, Ali was able to take his irrepressible anger and through time and maturity, channel it instead toward what he was truly passionate about, social activism. He spread my words of equality and the power of peace to people everywhere by doing interviews and speaking at rallies and even college campuses. He wisely said, "I have made my share of mistakes along the way, but if I have even changed one life for the better, I have not lived in vain." Now, with this flame of activism and social justice fully lit, Ali demonstrated that African Americans do not have to and should not give in to the fear and the anger we have towards white Americans. He said, "Hating people because of their skin color is wrong, and it doesn't matter which color is hating, it is just plain wrong." He showed courage even when it was dangerous, even when it meant jail time. He taught us that we as African Americans have the potential to reach the stars. If not for men and women like Ali, it would have been almost impossible to have our first African American president. Ali was not just a boxer. He was someone who knew the difference between right and wrong. Ali was not just a boxer. He was someone who took his anger and negativity and turned it into love and positivity. Ali was not just a boxer. The man was a legend who carried on my message of love and peace. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, my brothers. Rest in peace. Thank you.
The rallyless after-school students will bless us with a joyful noise. We are the world.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to learn the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day. That's one. Somehow we'll soon make a change. We are God's great big family, and true, you know love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. Let's start making. Let's take it on high. I am an American politician who served as the 44th President of the United States of America from 2009 to 2017. I attended American Harvard Law Review. Preceding my time as Commander-in-Chief, I worked as a civil rights attorney and professor in Chicago, Illinois, where I was the first African-American president, first African-American of the Harvard Law Review. I received my time as Commander attorney and professor in Chicago, where the district for 3 terms from 1997 to 2004. I met Michelle Obama. Who am I? Former President Barack Obama.
It's our time together, New Year's. We would like to leave you with the images of our last 8 years with the first African American president, Barack Obama. We thank you and hope you have enjoyed the show. Remember to celebrate Black History every day.
Would you do the same? They think the waves will never pass. It was a free referendum that declared the destiny of a nation. Yes, we can. To all my fellow citizens of this great nation, I accept your nomination